Welcome to Vineyard 53 Kids and Youth Online. My name is Becky. I'm one of the leaders here at Vineyard 53. Wherever you are watching from today, you are so welcome. It is great that you're here. So today we're going to start with some worship, so you can sing along or just listen to the words, and then we'll have a game. So it's over to Adam, Esther and Helen. Thanks guys.
Water you turned into wine, open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you, none like you. Into the darkness you shine, out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you, none like you. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. Into the darkness you shine, out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you, none like you. 'Cause our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? If our God is for us, what could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? 'Cause our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God.
Hello everybody, I've got a game for you today and it's called the After 8 Challenge. Now don't worry, because if you don't have any After 8s, I think you can probably do it with something like a cracker. Any flat food-based object would do. So this is the challenge. You have to put it on your forehead and you have to get it all the way down to your mouth, but without using any hands to get it there. So let's give it a go. Oh, no, first try didn't work. Try again. Oh, almost. I almost got it that time. Oh, I'm not sure I can recover from this one. Oh. Uh.
Thank you so much, Adam, Esther and Helen. Today we're continuing in the book of Mark, but this is our last week of looking at parables. Can you remember what a parable is? Parable is just a simple story that Jesus told to help us understand his teaching. And today we're going to look at the parable of the mustard seed. And Hannah is going to be telling our story from the Bible.
The parable of the mustard seed. Again Jesus said, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like? Or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade."
Thank you so much, Hannah, for telling the story so beautifully. Now, have you ever seen a mustard seed? Look how tiny it is. Can you see in the palm of my hand? Even though a mustard seed is one of the smallest of seeds, when it's planted in the ground, it grows into a large tree, the largest of all garden plants, so big that the birds perch in its branches and even build their nests in it. Can you imagine a big tree growing from a tiny seed like this? Wow, how cool is that? And Jesus was teaching in the parable that that's what the kingdom of God is like, that it starts small, but once it's planted, it grows and grows to the largest of plants. The kingdom of God is wherever God is the king, where people follow his commands. When we follow Jesus and he lives in us, we are part of the kingdom of God. God's kingdom is where people love God and show God's love to other people by doing the things that Jesus did. God's kingdom isn't a country or a building, it's in us, so it's everywhere we go. Another way to imagine it is if we take an apple. And once you cut up an apple, you can see that there's lots of seeds inside. Imagine if we planted these seeds and each seed grew into an apple tree. How many apples do you think an apple tree grows? 50, 100? I've heard an apple tree grows about 150 to 300 apples every year. And that apple tree will keep on producing apples for about 50 years. Just think how many apples that is. That's thousands. So just from a tiny seed being planted, we then have thousands of apples. God's kingdom on earth started small with just one man who lived in a small town in Israel, and that man was Jesus. Jesus told his 12 disciples about the kingdom of God, and he told them to go out and to spread the kingdom of God. And that's what they did. They went out and they told the good news of God being the king and of his love and forgiveness. They did the things that Jesus did, showing God's love to people by healing the sick and helping them. And the kingdom of God grew and grew so big that now people all over the world know Jesus and are part of his kingdom. So how big is God's kingdom now? It's huge. It's all over the world. Jesus lived over 2,000 years ago, and his kingdom is still growing today. It never stops growing. And how many Christians are there today? Millions, and they're all over the world. There's a verse in the last book of the Bible, Revelation, that says there'll be people from every country and tribe and every language in heaven. And do you remember we read in the parable that the tree grew so big there were lots of birds in the tree? So just like the birds, there are lots of people from different backgrounds and countries in the kingdom of God. So I have a blow-up globe here. This is what our world looks like. And Israel is here. And this is where God's kingdom on earth started with Jesus. And it grew and it grew. And now lots of people all over the world are a part of God's kingdom. I have some examples of countries where God's kingdom is growing. And I'm going to give you some clues. So see if you can guess which country I'm talking about. And the hats are in the clue. So number 1. This hat would be used more at ceremonies. Chocolate originally comes from this country. The main language is Spanish. This country is in South America. Any guesses? It's Mexico. Well done if you got that right. So churches are growing really fast in Mexico, which is exciting. Number 2. This country is best known for football. This country has won the World Cup more than any other country in the world. This is a really big country, and the Amazon rainforest is in the north. Do you know which one it is? It's Brazil. Well done if you got that one right. Brazil has the second largest population of Christians in the world, so millions of people in Brazil follow Jesus. And the last one is this one. Ta-da! So this country is so big that it crosses 11 time zones. So when it's morning in the west, it's already nighttime in the east. 60% of this country is forest. And this country has a town which is the coldest town in the whole world. Do you know what it is? It's Russia. Well done if you got that right. The number of churches and Christians are increasing in Russia, which is great. Well done. Even though the kingdom of God has spread all over the world, there are still lots of people in the world that don't know Jesus. And God asks us to be a part of spreading his kingdom by telling people about God and showing God's love to others through doing the things that Jesus did. I have a special video now from someone who's gone to another country and is helping to spread the kingdom of God there.
Hi guys, it's really good to see you. My name is Michelle. Some of you might remember me, some of you might not, because I've been in a country called the Philippines for quite a few years now. Does anybody know where the Philippines is? I'll give you a clue. This is the UK, and the Philippines is in Asia. So we have to go all the way across Europe, across the Middle East, across India, all the way into Southeast Asia to here. It's a group of thousands of islands, and I've been here now for over 10 years. And I'm here telling people the good news of Jesus. And we help people in practical ways. We help families feed their children because some people have a really tough life here. And we help give children supplies for school, pens, pencils, backpacks, uniforms. And we also help other children to be able to pay for college, to have even more education. As we believe by doing these things and sharing the good news of Jesus, we can help people have hope when times get dark.
Wasn't that great to hear from Michelle? And just as Michelle is sharing the good news of Jesus in the Philippines, we can also share the good news of Jesus here in the UK. Did you know that you can be a part of changing the world? So pick one of these questions now and chat with your family. How many different ways can you think of that the message of Jesus is spread today? Or how can you help God's kingdom to grow? One thing that we definitely can do is pray. We can pray for people on the other side of the world, and our prayers make a difference. So it'd be great to pray for Michelle as well, and her prayer points will be on the slide. Well, that's all we've got time for today, but let's just pray to close. Jesus, I thank you that we get to be a part of your kingdom and a part of growing your kingdom. Jesus, help us to tell people about you and to show your love to others so that your kingdom can grow. Amen. Well, have a great week, everyone, and see you next time.